Hi. Okay, so I am here with Taurus and Sagittarius relationships. If you have a particular relationship request that you want me to do, put it in the comment section and I will get to it as soon as possible. But right now we're talking about Taurus and Sagittarius, and are there any Taurus and Sagittarius that are together? This is really interesting because first of all, it's almost like we have two different worlds coming together. No, literally two different worlds coming together. We have stable, pragmatic Taurus that really does like to see things a certain way. Although I have to say, since Uranus has hit the sign of Taurus, a lot of Tauruses are really cutting up these days. Like, they're really trying to experience new things and do things a lot different. Although they still will want that stability to take place for themselves. Okay. Sagittarius is a lot different. Taurus is more traditional. Sagittarius is more about learning, expansion, exploration, going into the territories that have not been tapped in before, and just really progression. All they see is what they want to go after. But then along the way to getting there, they're stopping here, there, everywhere, hoping to gain some type of knowledge, some type of experience that says, okay, you can now add this on for advancement. A Sagittarius can change a degree major a couple times or get one and still be interested in something else. Taurus will get that degree, will get that job, and they will stick to it, and they will try to just climb that ladder, or just they will try to develop themselves within that job or within that experience. And don't get me wrong, they can change jobs and experiences, but they still want the stability that comes with it. It's nothing else that they really care to particularly know outside of that a lot of times. But Sagittarius wants to know everything, or wants to experience everything. Where they can help assist each other is the fact that Taurus will have a lot of patience. So if Taurus slips up and says, you know what, I actually love this silly Sag, right? I actually am invested. A Taurus will be there as a foundation piece and keep hold up the foundation aspect. Like, they'll stay stable as the Sagittarius go in and out of experiences. They can pretty much come back, and a Taurus is really holding it down, or is really there supporting them in the way that they can, in the way that they know how. A Taurus has the capacity to do so, to really burden through a lot. Okay, and the Sagittarius will find that the experience, the pragmatism, the pragmatic ways of the Taurus really balance. Like, it balances them out. It helps them it helps them find some sense of stability. And Taurus is going to want to keep the tradition alive. Taurus is going to want to stay the course anyways. That's really, Sagittarius finds that to be a breath of fresh air amongst all the other stuff that they have going on. Taurus is really into money and love. So for Taurus, it's more about love and the comfort of that love. And that's why they'll create that stability and they'll remain there, And Sagittarius is all about the fact that Taurus is about money and luxury. I will say this, Taurus, the side of Venus that Taurus is on, is more about comfort versus luxury. I will say that. But you will find that there are some pretty luxurious pieces that Taurus has collected in their home. Sagittarius is all about the finer things in life. Okay, spending some money. A Sagittarius will spend their money really quick to live lavishly. And so they're going to admire the fact that Taurus is into some pretty sturdy, lavish pieces as well. The only thing is, Taurus is going to want to spend the money on what they want to spend the money on. As a matter of fact, they may be particularly interested in spending Sag's money. And I feel like Sagittarius is okay with it if they feel sometimes they can hand over the money to Taurus. Like, okay, I know you're going to do what you need to do with it. And I know our house is going to look good. Our home is going to look good. And that's what I'm all about. No problem so far, huh? And vice versa. Vice versa. Taurus is going to say, you know what? Wow. They're going to start to see life in a whole new way. Sagittarius has a way of expanding the Taurus outwardly, right? And expanding the Taurus past the horizons that a Taurus has put up for itself through showing them and actually being that experience for them, showing them like, look, Taurus is okay. Look, watch this. And let me show you how it's done. And a Taurus will really actually admire a Sagittarius for doing so, and could actually look towards a Sagittarius as a motivational piece in their life. And as the leader that's leading the way for where it is that they're trying to go. A Taurus will be admire the fact that Sagittarius will not stay stuck in a place that won't allow them to grow. It's like a Sagittarius will know when the expiration date has hit, and the Sagittarius will move on past that expiration date. And a Taurus sees that as a light we're in a place where they're staying stagnant. And see, within the relationship, whenever Taurus is being stagnant, Sagittarius is continuing on. And the Taurus loves that about the Sagittarius. Okay? Now, all seems good so far, right? Well, where things can kind of hit that area of no return is when Sagittarius starts getting to feel bored with the Taurus, because they feel like Taurus is doing the same thing day in and day out. They're looking for new experiences. They're looking for new changes, even amongst themselves in the relationship. They start to feel Taurus may not be able to handle that. Taurus wants to say the same. And when a Taurus gets stubborn, Sagittarius hates that, because a Taurus will get stubborn and go against what a Sagittarius is trying to do, what a Sagittarius is trying to implement, what a Sagittarius is trying to say. And Sagittarius would rather you get on board because they feel like what they say goes. A Taurus is like, hold up. It doesn't work that way. I move when I feel like I'm ready to move. That will irritate the crap out of a Sagittarius. And then a Taurus will start feeling a little bit iffy with the Sagittarius when they feel like, why do you keep going to these different things? Like, you're messing up the foundation. You know, like, this is messing up our foundation. And a Taurus does not like for their foundation to be compromised in any way, shape, or form. It's like they end up learning that, okay, well, this is what I had to deal with at the time, but they won't really particularly admire it. But they have a lot to teach each other and show each other. A Sagittarius needs new experiences. I really feel like a Sagittarius, their whole thing is, I'm not really trying to baby you, Taurus. I'm not really trying to be your foundation. But what I can do is I can show you the world. I can show you the world. You know, and I can take you on your wildest dreams. I'm going to bring you outside of your current situation, your current lifestyle. And I'm going to show you that there's more. And Taurus will admire that, like I said. But at the same time, a Taurus could be kind of like freaking out on the inside. You know, and vice versa. You know, Taurus can say to a Sagittarius, I can show you stability. I can show you that there is more in when it comes to settling down. Like, you don't have to have every single experience. And yes, you can be positive about what you want to go after, but at the same time, is it reaping you any practical advantages? If it is not, then we need to talk. And a Taurus can help a Sagittarius channel what they're trying to do into a more practical outcome. Actually have them manifest what that is. Altogether, you know, I feel like this could work out. Remember, it's not always about being with somebody that is always going to agree with us every single time. It's about being with that person sometimes that's going to show us where we need to grow and take us to that next level, whether we stay with them or not. Now, this has been Taurus and Sagittarius relationships. I'm Butterfly to Lord, and I'll be back.